Okay. And good morning. Oh, did I kick my... No, I didn't. I'm just in the wrong. You know what? It's because I have things moved around. You change one little thing on your setup, and everything kind of just goes a little jank on you. I feel like... No, too big. Well, it's not changing the size. Actually, maybe I'll just crop. Can I just crop this? I might just say whatever. Figure video. Why is it not zooming in? What's the point of having camera control if it's not going to actually work? Default, okay, deactivate, activate. No. Alright, just give me a minute. Alright, I give up. What's going on, Stormy? I'm just trying to figure things out here in my last couple minutes of load screen. Oh, looks like I'm out of time. Well, let me just bring you all in. Morning, Storm. What's going on? What's going on? How we doing? We're coming in at like 30, 25. Music's at like half speed. Okay. I'm doing good, Storm. So today I'm doing the same thing as you, except their session is this afternoon. I was speaking to them earlier in the week. I had to finish up a few things, and then they had reached out to me last night and requested this map of Bjor's house. Bjor's kind of little druid home, little grove, his hermit home, if you will, from the Lord of the Rings. And they told me that their session's actually tonight at 6 p.m. French time. So I need to boogie, oogie, scoot on this map here. So I dabbled a little bit of it last night just to get myself started. This is essentially all the map really is. I think this map really comes down to just me decorating it and filling in the space. Making it feel mystic, making it feel druid, making it feel kind of like a huntsman or a woodsman type area in that regard. Where's my... I guess I can use this. So I can talk to you, Storm. I talk to my viewership. Remind yourself you're never going to look at it. So I've been trying to just work top down as much as I can. This is another map. This is only top down. I guess we can work on the stables. So yeah, I'm kind of just making this up as I go. Everything I I traced the map to get to where I am, kind of. So everything is kind of like the sticks and stones of what kind of is required. And everything else now is going to be just me, like I said, filling in fluff, making a stable look like a stable. I should do like this. I'm gonna do like a wooden loft with these here. Get that height just right. There we go. So with these, I like to take the pillars. You see how I take the pillars and just like slide them into the old pillar, and that way you kind of create a. Now you know what? The first one needs to be a tad smaller. Let's see, it's hard designing a prison break. Assassination themed short campaign. Why not? Prison break feels very to the point. Like you're in and you leave. Like you start in prison, you don't have to like tell the story of how you got to prison. You start in prison. So I found in general, I don't think it's hard for a short-term campaign. I think that type of setting is more or less like difficult to design in the sense of, you know, if you ever played like those old games, where'd that broom go? Oh well. Those old like Splinter Cell games or those old like detective type games where you like gotta sneak through the security and stuff, and like everything's kind of like doing like beats like that, and having like security officers and have them all kind of like work on a set, like walk around and like all that. But then that's not the hard part. The hard part is finding the path for your players to get through it, right? Which I personally like kind of like do less and less these days. But yeah, very much in that regard, like uh the time, I think like the timing is hard to get down right. The pacing, the skill sets and stuff, like you don't want it to be too hard, but you also don't want it to be too easy. How much is left to theater of the mind is always a question when this is concerned. I don't like how those keep fading to the side, though. Fuck. Okay. Alright, loading up with some hay. Stables. Imprisoning leveled characters, you also need to place guards who can handle said yeah, that's a fair point. And then like here's the other question is like how do you approach it as far as like gear and stuff, right? So in that regard, like a fair question would be is like, do these players not have any gear? Are these level 5 players with no gear? Or are these like level 5 players with a basic sword? Do your wizards get their spellcasting focuses? Do they get components? Or are they completely like gearless, right? So like if they're gearless, that's fine. But you gotta remember, your casters aren't gonna be able to cast anything. Side like a cantrip. So, that's all fine and dandy. And, I mean, I'm going to make a case for marshals being good and badass. Because everybody always makes the conversation of, casters are so much better than marshals. Okay, alright, maybe. Are you long resting after every session? And are you ever in a situation where you don't have your regular supplies? Like, the value of a rogue or a fighter, or even a monk, goes way up when you strip everybody's gear. The prison just might not take in casters because they just can't manage that. It's a hard thing to manage, right? It's an entirely different type of specialization. Yeah, I agree immensely. Unless they are a monk. Yeah, I agree in a certain regard, right? And it's kind of I've definitely run into the same experience myself where I'm like just trying to design encounters and try to do things differently or be creative with what I present, right? And I'm like, whoa, like, wow, you really can change the narrative of how powerful a class or character is by switching some things around. And how you present or how you attack or how you kind of jab at your party in a certain sense. So I definitely think it's like it's a great idea, but like I agree with you in the regard that like yeah, this is one of the ideas that can be a little bit more difficult to not make but to balance and to make, like appealing and balance and like um they have cantrips and only the wizard can be crippled in prison. Yeah, I mean, but like, unless you had, unless this was like a maximum security prison, and like maybe there's wards, there's anti-magic wards, and um, like maybe silence is cast on the cells and stuff like that. You could definitely go in with it. Clerics still have a spellcasting focus, do they not? I think sorcerers are the only ones that like really get away with it. Sorcerers and warlocks. But I believe druids need a spellcasting focus of like a tree, stick, twig, something. What do you mean focus is not a must? I'm pretty sure in D&D Raw it is. And if you're gonna just say it's not, then this is just gonna add to the conversation of casters are more powerful than do, right? I honestly wholeheartedly feel like not having a focus. Focus is only a requirement to replace material costs outside of material components with value. Oh, I have to read into the specifics of it, but I think that's really more or less of like how you pitch your and play your campaign in your world. That might just be a DM perspective thing. Because like I've just turned components off. You know, I've played components off. I've played like some people play little components don't matter. So like the only components you need are require no focus. Word. Yeah, there's definitely a list of spells. I don't think it's impossible. It's not to say it's impossible. It's just to say you have to try a little bit harder. Hey, what's up, Lore? Chat with Stormy about the difficulties of imprisoning magical caster PCs. Anti-magic, yeah. You definitely get away with like a fair amount of wards and stuff like that. Cube of Force, yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, there's definitely some other types of stuff like that that could definitely be used. I mean, heck, you could even go like really, really creepy sci-fi with it, and like say they have like breathing tubes, and you submerge these prisoners in water, and they just have to survive through these breathing tubes. Like they wouldn't be able to do anything. You could bind their hands or and gag them, right? You can have bound and gag prisoners that can't cast somatics. Give your BBEGs good magic items. Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Specifically, Stormy is making like a prison heist escape scene getaway. So at one point, his characters will be imprisoned in some regard, and they'll be tasked with attempting to escape from said prison. It's prison break. Band of Bolaro, yeah. I believe Stormy plays in Pathfinder, so their items might be a bit different, but I would surmise that Pazio's come up with just as many nifty items. Yeah, well, I think that's a big deal. It's just manacles. You know, manacles, binding hands, tying people down, um, gagging mouths. I just surmise there's some magic spells you could use to maybe kind of permanently change somebody a little bit so they can't have less world-breaking stuff floating around than in D&D. I don't agree with that statement because your system literally goes to like plus 50 and beyond. So no. I just think it all tastes a bit different in the mouth. But yeah, I think the concept that Lore's bringing up is like don't be scared or hesitant to, you know, like throw a magical item or a cool ability on one of your bad guys. If you need, say you need your guards to be able to withhold magical prisoners, right? Give the guards a couple items that allows them to, you know, manage some magic. Maybe they have a wand of anti-magic that a guard has to cast every 4 hours. And that could be played into a bit, you know, like, oh, you notice that these guards never miss this one beat, and it's a super important, and there's this weird wand that they have every time they do it, and they tap the cages with their wand every time they march past at 12 o'clock on the hour, right? Because that's how long that magic lasts for, and allow the players to suss that out and be like, why the heck do they keep using this? Was it a wand? Are they doing something? Oh, they're casting anti-magic every 12 hours? No wonder we can't cast anything, you know? Like, give the guards some ammunition. Give them some weapons. Give them some stuff. Let's see. It's hard to not to cripple a spellcaster entirely and remove player agency, and removing player agency isn't fun. It's easy, yes, yeah. It's easy to cripple a marshal in a way that still allows for the player agency and creativity, but for spellcasters, the only way to cripple them is to remove their agency and spells. His whip skills, like, characters can perform combat maneuvers with whips. Grapple trips. Yeah, and I think this is definitely just goes into the regard of just like, it is a more difficult kind of setting to kind of set up. But it is inherently just because it needs to be more restrictive. And we struggle restricting players because, like what Stinks said, you know, it's hard to remove agency, but to let players still have it, right? It's hard to say, hey, you're stuck in this rut, but you have the ability to go different, you know, like, you don't want to come down on them too hard, because that makes the game not fun, and we're here to play to have fun, right? So finding that line of how much agency should be taken away for them being imprisoned and how much they should have, and then also traversing all the conversations between you and your players about what makes sense and what's okay and yada yada yada, right? Yeah. I think, yeah, that's that things should have counterplay, right? I think that's a fair point. Um, I like normally just like set things up in the regard of like, you know, I want this to happen. I want this to be the mood or the setting, right? Um, and then very much like giving myself like 2 to 3 ways that I think I can beat myself is like literally what I do. I go, okay, this is what you've created. This is your encounter. What are 3 ways that you think of that you can beat yourself? And I'll write them out. I'll narrate them. I'll have set DCs, and get everything kind of where I want it. And then, you know, change and meddle where necessary. You know, if they find the 4th path, well, then I can just splash some of my DCs over from the 3rd path. Um, as a dungeon master, so I am like inherently prepared, but I'm not necessarily like railroading or forcing the narrative in any regard. Thinking of having an assassination happen early on and then focus on the escape. Are they doing the assassination, or is it happening in the prison? Where does this assassination sit with the prison break? So like, yes, I asked a couple questions. Clay's got into prison to assassinate the warden, so they intentionally went into prison. Did they consensually make this decision for a quest? Because if that's the case, if that's the case, you have way more free reign to take away agency. They signed up for this. They should be prepared for this. They should have talked about this. They should know and expect that they're going to be losing items and having to figure out a way. They should have like stashed items somewhere. They should have one of the guards paid off. They should have, you know, there should be a lot of roleplay building up to this if that's the case. So yeah, I would set the bar high in that regard. Hey, catch you later, Stinks. It's always good to see you, bud. Hey. Hold on, I gotta fix my levels. Hold on. Heist dungeon crawl. So, I mean, alright, so you're confusing me, Stormy. Did they, over the table, say, hey, this sounds like a fun idea, let's do a heist? Or were their characters like, hey, we need to assassinate this person, what's the best way we can do it? Let's break into the prison, pretend to be prisoners, and then assassinate him from the inside. Like, was that the conversation? Or was it like, oh, yeah, over the table, yeah, heist sounds fun, a prison break, sure. Like, how much involvement have the players been like, yeah? I can, again, your levels are low, I gotta fix them. There you are. Yeah, I see that. Oh, you're chatting? You're coming up live? I gotta shut your OBS off. Hold on. Chat? Say something? There we are. Wait a second. Oh, it's just the icon. You're not actually coming up. Your voice, I thought your voice was coming up. Yeah, it's just your, yeah, I can just, yeah, there you go. My ghost. Shut my ghost off. Okay, so Stormy, if you had a session 0 and the players over the table decided this, I would rewind half the things I said, and we go back to square one, which is what Stinks was kind of getting us on, which is let's make sure that we're not, maiming player agency through the roof. And we're back to the struggle conversation of like how well do you balance kind of like an agency removal, prison break type thing. I did it with one of my campaigns, and like I ran into a decent amount of conflict with it. It's difficult. And then what did I do? I did So I had the players kidnapped in the middle of the night with ominous vague stories about how they were kind of taken. A couple of the players already had some stories kind of built up for me, but and then they all kind of just like very Skyrim woke up on a wagon that was going to the middle of nowhere. And the kind of like that was like my opening tier 1 of the campaign was like, hey, y'all are traveling this way and going to the home base of the bad guys. Whenever you escape from this wagon is whenever you escape from this wagon. And some of them did it earlier than others, and some of them did it more effectively than others. It wasn't like I didn't set the DCs crazy high, and I gave them plenty of opportunities for the guard to stop, come back, check them, see where the keys are, figure things out. There's a checkpoint for one where they stopped, and so I gave them multiple things and options, but I'm not sure how much I really liked what the players kind of received it as, because after the first couple tries, people tend to get really frustrated. And they're like, we don't want to try to solve or figure out this problem anymore. We just feel like you're bullying us inside this wagon. Is kind of what it feels like for me on the other end. And then fast forward, I did it when a new player had joined the party. And they were a little bit higher level. So I was like, oh, we'll just do the same scene with this person, except he'll be a bit higher level. And I was like, whoa. I was like, wow, did this scene get way more complex with somebody with more abilities and features? The dude almost single-handedly just like destroyed everybody on the wagon, didn't have to run away, almost just like had a wagon, and like a whole bunch of supplies, and would have just been by himself in the middle of the desert. I was like, oh my god. So, but I mean, as a dungeon master, like you have free reign. Like there's no excuse for you to not be able to find a way. So there was a way that was found. And excuse me if I'm coming off a bit stuffy. I am a little sick today. They all had to pick a martial character, so there's no caster to consider. Sure. All right. Cool. That's super easy then. You have like a different game you're playing now. If you don't have any casters in the party, then what's the worry? Okay. What am I looking for? Tools. Dwayne and Dane do. Some hammers. So, start that I have considered as a shortcut scene in which all four of them will be taken to the warden office to be given the news that they are being moved to a different area of the prison, but they are to use this opportunity to kill the warden and begin the escape. Okay, how are they going to be detained? How are they going to escape? How are they going to how are like this is it's a little far fetched in the sense of the warden and his one job would be to not let this happen. So how does this happen right in front of his face in the realms of like it's threatening to kill him? You know what I mean? Not to say that it can't happen or that it shouldn't or that it won't. It's just the why, right? It's the why does this happen? Why would the one person who's supposed to be the most protected person on this freaking place let down his guard in that regard? Fair enough. But like what does that mean? They didn't have any manacles on them? They just let these prisoners walk around manacleless? They have old shoddy manacles that don't seem to, have the same they're a little rusted, they're a little beaten up, you know what I mean? What methods will these players be using to literally break free from their chains? Upon which they will begin being introduced into society. Okay. And these players haven't been put through that rigorous treatment? Or they have and they have withstood it? Let's see. What else can we put in here? Two different elevator rides up. Let's see. Yeah, it's a very tall task. Very tall task indeed. There you go. Well, then I guess you just got to figure out that one part of the story then. How do they go about breaking free in front of the warden and beating him in his own office? And what does that look like? So what I'm doing here is I'm really just trying to fill up the space. Just fill up the space with stuff, jargon, yada yada. Tab man. Let's just go through. That doesn't make that. I mean, that's a little too hands off. Like, why would, as a player, I would immediately ask, why the hell would these guards not follow us to this warden's office? Like, why are we prisoners but just free to do whatever we want? Oh, we're just gonna kill the dude now? I think we can do better. Big old barrel salt. Yes. I think you just have it open. Yeah. So it looks good like that. Nice. Filling the space up. If you think that purpose serves you well, then sure. Basket of apples. go. I could do plants all at once. Let's see. Right here. Dishes. Oops. I hate when I do that. Yeah, so it's really just like a lot of this is just like, it took me like next to 5 seconds to kind of make this as far as like the buildings using the auto features and stuff. Now it's just, you know, making it look good, making it look like a cartographer map. Which takes time. Here we go. Let's see. Flowers, there we go. Do do do. The thing is, those things are really just a 3-dimensional asset. Which is a good handful of 3-dimensional assets. And what I mean by 3-dimensional asset is an asset that can't be used in a two-dimension format. It just can't. It's something that literally can only ever be perceived from multiple dimensions and not from a top-down perspective. Maybe some little like cauliflower starters. Okay, looking good. Let's go back to flowers. Okay. The dude is a change shapeshifter and is a bear. Like, would not have a bear skin rug. Might have leathers and furs, but would not literally have a bear skin rug. So I think I'm just falling prey to lack of assets here. In a regard. Which is okay. This fits better in here. These match. There we go. And some lighting in here. Candles. My wall-mounted torches. Huh. You know what? Wouldn't be lit from the outside. Might just have some lights on the inside for personal use. They're an animal, they're a bear. Alright. We're getting to an hour, we gotta start finishing this up a bit. Why can't I find the fucking shit there we are. That's what I'm looking for. Hang on, Stormy. Signs. Yeah. I guess look at it. It's fairly lived in. Paintings. Top down. Cool, we're never gonna see it otherwise, so we'll just put some random paintings in. Some random decorations to fill up the room. Okay, so this needs to be tools for a farm. This could be filled in a bit more, I think. Get rid of these ones, get rid of these ones, get rid of these ones. Add these in. Let's see. I forget that you're there because you're just there and just not talking. Nice. I managed to get some cleaning done yesterday while the kiddo was homesick. Why can't I? There it is. It's called a water bladder. I hate that name. It's a water skin. Okay. So stables, Bjorn. We gotta do this kennel, do all these small buildings, outbuildings, and we're good. And then maybe just some adding some special touches because it's my map. What time is 6 p.m. French time? They said they're 21. I was 16. 5 hour difference. So noon will be 5. So I got like an hour or two. That should be good. I gotta blow my nose. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, oh my gosh, dude. Literally every Pokemon that appears, I'm just like, oh my god, what is this? I have no idea. My question is why is it when you type in Poke2 Pokedex, it doesn't do what the Pokedex has always done, which is you flip it open in front of a Pokemon you don't know, and it goes, Clefairy. The Clefairy Pokemon does blah 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 blah. Like, why is the Pokedex not working properly? It's weird. Hello? Oh my goodness, what is happening? Oh. Oh, this is a pitch. This is a pitch. Somebody wants my Pokemon. I will start the bidding war at $500. $600. Can I get 7? $6,000. I don't know. What Pokemon do you have, my friend? I did catch a Dratini, so I don't need a Dratini. I would happily negotiate a trade. I need to finish my work, and then I'll be free. And your patience shall be rewarded, my friend. Yeah, I'm almost done with this map. I guess this is really just like the frilly part of map making, right? Is like, hey, I can make this map, but do you want it to look good, or you want it to just, be a couple squares where you want their squares? you know? Like, you want it to look good, so I gotta click around. I gotta put some decorations, and decorating takes time. Witching hours? Well, we play late, so most people don't do stuff late on Easter. Yeah, I'll be free Sunday evening. I'll be fine. We split Easter, so we do Saturday at my wife's, and then we do Sunday at my family's. Um. Oh, your sister's visiting Sunday? Oh, if you're gonna have people over, yeah, maybe we should move it. I believe Amanda's working tonight. Yeah, Amanda works tonight. So I'll have Bowen till he's been going to bed late, like 8, 9-ish. Sunday. Okay. For sure. No, definitely not. Yeah. Yeah. If it's an easy move, great. If not, we don't want to force it. And nobody should be skipping out on their nans or whatever. I know with my family, we show up early and it's like almost like lunch brunch, and by 2, 3 o'clock, everybody's out of the house. So, um, and that's pretty consistent every year of my life. So I can kind of put that one to a T. But yeah, and I think the big thing for me is honestly like being married. It's like every holiday I do is ×2, sometimes ×3 or ×4, depending on where our divorced ass parents are. So, like, it's actually pretty cool that Sunday I'm only doing one thing, and we split it. Not all holidays we can. My kid has 3 grandmas. We love it. We love every one of them. For what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. I love that for you. I've been doing a good job of getting some stuff out. Just getting content. I feel you on that, yo. Feel you so bad. It's like I said, it's gonna keep happening. You're an ADD child like me. Like you son, the best. Yo, so you gotta remember, every freaking video we've watched, every TV show, movie, any cinema has literally not only maybe one person, but multiple people developing and editing that film and checking levels and doing all that. We are our own designers, we are our own content creators, we are the actors, we are the script writers, we are the developers, we are the production team. Sound like we are it. So like you will forget it. Like it's like That too. Yeah, we're self-teaching stuff. Yup. I feel you on that. Do you like I said, like do you know how many times I've just like looked up and been like, "Oh, there's an hour of streaming where I didn't even have dungeon." You couldn't even see what I was doing. um and honestly, that's where like why having lurkers is really cool because like sometimes they save you. Mhm. Nice. Yeah, it never stops. Good boy. The larger part of our friendship. So the larger part of our friendship. No, it was like a year or so into it. Like we had been playing for some time and had been chatting about some ideas. Mhm. 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 Mm. Mhm. I Mm-hmm. It is a class-defining feature. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to put too much impetus on balancing out level 1, as you should be level 2 soon. You don't want your game to be broken down there, but it's not like you're going to be playing a significant amount of content at that level. Hell yeah. It's It's literally like the number one conversation I have with anybody on my channel when we look at homebrew. Is like, okay, quote what you said. I love the flavor on this. Let's just find a way to reel this in so that it's not freaking sitting way over here while everything else is way behind. You know, like. And it's honestly the most challenging part, because to make things defining, you need to have things that stand out and are characteristic and have power, right? And in the same breath, you need to dial them back so that they fit in and they kind of play nicely with everybody else. Um, Inherently difficult. That's why people like doing it so much. They love the challenge. I don't know. I never really actually sat down and like made my own subclass or class. I think it's more or less just because like I haven't had any like inspiration where I'm like, hey, this idea is really cool. I need to make it come to light. Um, but I have definitely been in the side seat, co-pilot, helping people make and design and talk about their homebrews for like several years. And it's almost like I almost feel like that's where my skills are better. I'm better at being like a soundboard or like an advice giver as opposed to writing the whole thing out myself. I give wholesome perspective. That's what I do. But yeah, I think it's more or less just like I don't know. Even like right now, I'm not like, what's a class that I'm thinking of that like I want to make that hasn't existed, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any cool ideas like that. Hmm. Yeah. Psy Warrior. Oh, I don't know the name, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like D&D definitely 5e, it does, like you said, it's fairly comprehensive. And I was talking, I forget, I was chatting with the other day, whereas like even like some of your ideas, they might not be fully, fleshed out on text, but like it could be very easily obtained with like a backstory, you know, like just a simple flavoring of a character. So for example, like you want to be a pirate. Well, that doesn't mean you have to be a swashbuckler. There's all sorts of pirates. What type of pirate are you? You know, you could be a cleric who's all about healing people, and you just flavor yourself as pirate, and you're, the ship doctor, right? So you can just kind of turn the flavor on for a lot of things that need that little extra push. But then in some cases, there's like you're left wanting more. And I think very specifically, I think it's one of the classes Sans touched on, which is just kind of like voodoo and voodoo magic. And yeah, you could play a life and death cleric, path of the circle, or a circle of death druid. Like there's a couple things that kind of speak to it, but as far as like mechanics go, there really isn't much. It's just flavoring, at that regard. So if you really want to have this like rich voodoo type experience with your mechanics, yeah, but like so it's like um so I think there's definitely is some room, but like you can't please, as dungeon master, we know, like you can't please everybody. Like you're never gonna get all the bases touched at the same time. You're gonna miss a few things here and there. That's where community comes in. But I mean, I think that's kind of just the beauty of 5e, is just like it's so easily homebrewed on, because the system and the way it's set up is just effectively simple. It doesn't need to be this big, complicated, redundant mess to be interesting, because you can now say, hey, I want to do a voodoo dude. All right, let's fit this into this really easy T20 system. Let's match up these classes and feature abilities to everything else. Like let's just iterate a class, right? Or let me just like add maybe just like a little bit of homebrew, right? Maybe you don't need to do a whole class. Maybe we just need to add a little oomph and the character's finish, right? Like there's so many ways you can approach it. All right, just filling in these paths. And I should be just about done. Times it, times it, times it, times it. Oh, we got 30 minutes. Looking good. My deadline. I have a deadline. I have a deadline, Juan. Yeah. Ouch! How dare you? No, 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 no. I accepted this job last night at like 8 p.m. They said, "Hey, I have my session tomorrow night. Can you do it?" I said, "Yes." Yes, I can do it. Oh no, the music has stopped. All right, some patchy paths. Hmm. You buff? You're buff? What happened? Why is it past tense? You lost it that fast? If you don't use it, you lose it. Dang. You'll be back. You'll be back. Don't worry, you'll be back. Okay, yeah, yeah. Mm, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not feeling good. Mm. So much clicking. Yeah, it's ungodly amounts of clicking. Hmm. Yeah, I feel you. I don't know. I'm like I've in the boat where it's like I don't know. I'm often like I'm like I don't know what to do, right? I don't know how to proceed, right? Because it's like inactivity is necessary for like muscles and stuff to rest. But it's like like I just had surgery, so like I was just laid up for a few months, and now I'm back to like almost like a regular workload on the computer with my arm and my hand and stuff, and it's like I'm like it feels like I didn't even like lay out for 3 months. It feels like I've just been like right back here, So it's like I don't know. I just feel like I'm just like constantly in this state of like repair, and it doesn't matter how much rest I do get. Like I'm just like I just have to. It's like it's weird, right? Mm-hmm. And it very much could be in that regard, like. Mm-hmm. Let's see one more thing. So yeah, I mean that's kind of where I'm gonna like I don't even know if I'll be able to like build up muscle mass past like my current issues, and like I was always like kind of had set the goal for myself to like hey like, when I'm an old cat maybe like 40 50s I'll get back and I'll try to play some pickup hockey because when I played pickup hockey like only like 5 6 years ago, um before things started getting really bad for me. Like I was like, oh, look at these old dudes skating on the ice, you know, like that's so cool. Like it's non-contact, so it's like it's super chill. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then like Amanda was like I don't think you're gonna be able to. And I'm like, you know what? You know, the more I get into this second recovery, the more I kind of agree. I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna have to be able to reobtain. You know, I've been set back too many pegs. You know, and I guess that's okay. It's just me accepting my adult life in some regard, or I don't know. It's just me just kind of just venting and chatting about it with you. I think that's the biggest thing. Is like I just don't know. It's like it's so hard. I keep working for this same goal of getting better, but like I just don't ever know if it's gonna come. I can just keep hoping. Um, I'm going to put the pencil down. 11:37. The map is complete. Let's do lighting. Let's do. Oh yeah. just question marks? Question marks? Dot dot dot. hmm Dude, that's honestly my last talking to my office with the last job was kind of like that. Where it was like I have like simple requests and needs and stuff that needs to be done, but I'm just waiting for the hierarchy and waiting for things to kind of churn through. And I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna send this message and I'm gonna get an answer in 2 days. Are you ready? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Oh, Patreon, Patreon. Custom commission for. And just to everybody in my stream, sorry if I have been ignoring your messages. I have a short deadline to finish this job, and I am almost complete with that. And then I can say hi and hang out. But I am working right now, so just bear with me. Yeah. No, easy. Nobody can hear you. You're fine. No, I would not. I would not be casting you to the world without a heads up. Yeah. Oh, also, let me turn my ghost off. Yes. Just doxing my job and everything, right? Oh, why? I copy pasted and it trashed on me. I hate when that happens. TOTO TT 20. Bjorn's humble hermit abode from the OTR verse. And I will be posting this on my Patreon, so if anybody else wants to snag it, go right ahead. If you want to be patient and wait, you can probably grab it for much cheaper down the road. For as normally, like if you're the one requesting the commission, it's going to be expensive because I have to do the work for you. But I mean, I try to price things pretty effectively. And then like I think I have like on 6 months, every commission I make, I'll just release for free for my subscribers. Images, select image. Alchemist, your folder, night and day, open. Oh, yeah. I guess I should. Well, that does that. Boop, and bring this up. Take another picture. Then heat that coffee back. Right here. Cine mode. Take a picture. Bjorn's. Exit. Yes, I want to exit. Patreon. Almost done, everybody. Almost done. Select image. Bjorn's. Okay. Patreon. Slow as balls. Not doing too bad today. I mean, to be fair, I don't have some colossal giant project that needs to be zipped. So there's that. Copy link, send to customer, and I'm done. Clocked out. Pen down. About 3.5 hours of work. I charged him for 2 because it's a small map. I probably, if I wanted to, could have spent maybe another hour or 2 really filling it chock full of like all sorts of stuff, but not necessary. It's all, little extras on the side of the map and stuff. The decorations there. It serves the purpose it needs to serve. Um, okay, Dr. Quark. Hello. A sentient AI. Nice. I am Caretographer. Welcome. We making maps today, and we also got Gabby today. Welcome back. I'm actually a little stuffy. If you can't tell from my nose, my nostrils, I'm a little stuffed up right now. I have a little toddler flu. Every now and then the kid gets me sick, so it's okay. It's expected. And lo, Mr. Cabbages. Yeah, you caught me with my cabbages, my friend. You caught me with my cabbages out. Doesn't seem we have anybody over there on Kick. This is just my Twitch friends today. Let's see. I told myself I'd take it easy today, so here's me gonna take it easy. I gotta do one thing today. I gotta clean kitchen. How my lurkers doing? How my peeps? How's the world treating us today? I've come out of my my cartographer concentration hole. It's actually funny. I'm surprised I didn't get rated because it tends to be every time I pick the pen up and I put my nose to the grindstone. And like, oh, 10-person raid. I'm like, oh god, I'm not paying attention. I've gotten better at it. Yeah, that would be a cool idea. I think maybe in the future I might be able to figure that out. I just had an idea for my friends, for my viewers. So the idea is as such: we compile some videos of my work once I have a decent repertoire of content, and we just do like little circular videos of my maps, and I can just every time I make a new map, I can add to the collage, and then I can maybe have a trailer that I just run like right now when I step away from the screen. That'll just have my maps on rotation. It's actually a really good idea. Need a video editor. Need someone to come in. Or I just gotta figure out my life so I can be the video editor. Let's see. reach out to Stormy. Perhaps you could have several obvious traps set up for the party, comma, light the fuse on a stash of gunpowder, period. Knock the supports out of scaffolding because they're in a state of repair. Question mark. Things that allow the players to take out multiple guards in one swath. Big cinematic things. Back unlock. Gotta heat the coffee up. Then I guess we'll just do some tapping, some clicking. We'll play around. We'll see what's up. I don't know, I kind of like streaming this early, I guess. Maybe I like it. Maybe this will be a new thing for Caretographer. Oh. See what's going on Dungeon Alchemist. Alright, can't wait for the next update. I'm surprised the bot didn't pop up. Looks like we got someone over on Kick. Hey there, how you doing? Just finished a map. Kind of just chilling right now. And gonna start clicking around on a new one. Just grab my coffee. All right. All right. Well, that commission's done. If anybody has some more work for me, send it my way. 40 by 40. Let's see. Badlands. Flat. No veggie. New map. So this new map, we need water. Gonna make it like a curve like so. Okay. Mm. No, I love wordplay like that. Dun dum. So I'm starting to create an ocean scene here. An ocean scene. Where we'll have a beach. We're gonna put a villa on the beach. And we'll put a couple boats in the water. Then the goal is once I make it in full version like here on a 40 by 40, I'm gonna make it in like a quarter scale on my big map. Oh yeah? Nice. I'm confused. Oh, I get it. I now get it. I now understand the joke. I don't know which one I like better. Okay. Alright, just gotta fade some sand into vegetation. Kind of like a beach head. And then I'm just gonna do everything underneath. And then I will come and do... Nice. Then I will come and do the villa on top. Nice, 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 nice. So what do you got for Pokemons? What do you got? What do you got? What's for trade? Let's talk. First back commands. For me, you, and Peachy to play TFT. and to it's for Taman stands as well. Ah, oof, oof. Just to whore out your mons? Wow. Yeah, you. That's. Oh, the purpose? um. Says the person who literally 5 seconds ago said, if you really want to get ahead, you can put a spam bot in your channel and not let anybody see it, and then you're gonna get all the mons. So who's the problem here? Who is the problem? Oh, that what's even cool about this is it even has some natural topography to it just because of the color of it. Isn't that cool? This is all flat. That's one flat line, right? But when we come up here, and the ocean's helping a little bit because it's throwing your eyes in that direction already. But just the beauty of color and kind of perception. Let's add to that a little bit, though. Actually, we can't add to that. We gotta go lower. Let's find out. Yeah, I mean, maybe we just have to leave it. Because I put this on room height. Can I change that? Add a file. I don't think I can change that settings. Don't think I can change that. Maybe we'll make it grown up on a little bit. Let's place. Village. I mean, my dear friend, you really don't have any Pokemon that I want. I'm a big fan of Gen 1 Pokemon, so like if you could show up with, you know, like a Pikachu or something. Whew, my nostalgia would go bing 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 bing. Sneaks away to make spam bot. Oh, you know, I'm just like, let's do this. I am the spam bot, not me segmentating my messages. Honestly, that's just I've always typed like that. I don't put periods. I press enter. It's such a millennial thing to do. Yeah. Enter, 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 enter. Let's see. Okay. Love it. Oh shoot. Let me swing by. I'll come by. I'm trying not to do too much work today. Save as. I should make a new folder, probably. New folder. Volcano Island. Open, save. Untitled, I guess. Kai? What must it be like? This is my favorite thing about being, I guess I can call myself self-employed because I'm part-time self-employed. So I won't call myself unemployed right now. The funny thing about being part-time self-employed is that you sit here and you look at all your other friends who have full-time jobs and you're about to play a TFT with one, the others in League of Legends online, and they've probably played like 3 matches this morning in meetings. Like I've played full gaming sessions with my other buddy. And just like, he's like, all right. He's like, all right. I gotta go to my meeting now. I'm like, all right. But like, also to be fair, like he has been kind of absent from my life the past month and a half. Just like I've been like, I miss my friend because the work has turned on. So it's not to say that they don't work. Oh no. Why is my match feed empty? Yeah? That's where you took it? That's where that went? Segs. The worst. In a booty! Said what that bussy do? Wait, what? It's at those moments you realize that it's not a show and it's not a character and it's just them and that's who they are at their core. And to answer your question, no, they cannot. They cannot for 1 second. Dude, So let's talk. You saw the frickin' the you saw what Peachy posted, right? With Hui. You're in that game? What the fuck is that? What is that? That was you? You were the victim? I was so put off I didn't even see that, dude. I looked at Peachy's board and I was like, wow, 4 gold champs and a gold Janna. Wow. And then I go up and I'm like 6 gold champs. Wow. Yeah. With a golden Hui, blew them all fucking to oblivion. Holy shit, dude. So I did realize after that, a Hui can make Huis. I didn't know that. So you get one Hui, you put them in, you get a second Hui. That means you get the third now. But when you make the third, it turns into a silver. So then you need to find another one. So you need to find how many? Okay, let's start. You find one, you put them in, find 2. So you need to find 1, 2, 3 will get you. Yeah, you need to find 3 Huis and you can get a golden Hui. And every Hui you find chops 5 rounds off of that timer because it takes 5 rounds to make one. Oh, coffee's in the. I'll be right back. Why can't you sell it with D&D IP? That's fine. Is it original content? Did you make $100,000 off it? But did you make $100,000 off it? If you didn't make $100,000 off it, you can use their IP. I'm confused. Madness. Hui madness. Also, I really want to get I'm sorry, what was that? The way I understood it was that you can use their content to make content. If you make over $100,000 using their content, they're gonna want a piece of it. The new OCs of the commons, creator commons for D&D. So like, in a certain sense, it only really affects people that are really, really big. Because making $100,000 off of D&D content is hard and would be a lot of money in that regard. So the way I look at it is like, hey, if I can make $100,000, yeah, sure, take a piece of it, please. Can you help me get to the $100,000 faster though? If I was Matt Mercer, I'd be like, oh dang, oh really? Look at you coming in and taking a whole big portion of my money. That sucks. I'm gonna go make my own system. But I'm the farthest away from that. Um, it was the whole ordeal with D&D. Let's see. Uh, Wizards of the Coast sold it to Hasbro, and Hasbro took it over, and they like changed how they wanted to play ball, and everybody was all up in arms because they were worried about how it was going to go down. They changed the commons a little bit, only a little bit. Or I don't even think they changed it. I think they just changed the numbers on things. Because I don't think they can change Ooh. That's really good for duelists, but that's also really good. Take that. Oh man, dude, come on. I hate Storyweaver. I hate playing it because every time I play it, I get screwed. And anytime I don't, I'm just like, oh, look at all these people just crushing me with Storyweaver. I refuse to do it. I'm not doing it. Can't make me do it. Oh damn, yeah, that's a loss. Dude's level 6. That's a loss. Mm-hmm. Here's to hoping. Oh. Here's to being hopeful. Ooh, dude, this team's actually a little litty right here. I just kind of made a new play here. Yeah, but I got this like new little like this interesting little early game here. Don't get attached. I'm gonna play this till ride or die all the way to the end. Let's see. Lame. What are the other sages? Ghostly Sage. Heavenly. Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay. Draggy 2, Invoker 2, Umbral 2. Gonna be Duelist 2 soon. And the prismatic Jeweled Lotus is paying dividends. Three cost champs. Fuck. Shoot. Dang it. Take that. Take that. That can be both. Ooh, my head's cold. Didn't have time to blow dry. This is when you're fun though. Yeah, stop. Yeah. Oh my gold Yasuo. That is very early to have one of him. It looks like they're playing Faded though. They're playing a full Faded. Huh? Huh? And now we're sages. Saging it up. Ugh, I hate these items. They're trash. I want to roll, but I can't because I'm broke. I can put items on her, but like, what am I just gonna put a sword on her? Here's Cyrus, another 10 damage, attack damage. Like, who cares? Watch, it'll be Zyra, 1v1 with the last a sliver away. Oh. Yeah, literally. Bruiser, Invoker. Money, they gave me money. Yes, 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 all the yeses. Let's see. Who goes in here? Big bad Volibear. Oh, Please do not get Sun going, because once they start going, it's not gonna stop. It just doesn't stop. bad, yo. Arrgh. When you reroll and just get everybody else's team. You just get everybody else's team when you reroll. What is that? Shouldn't those champions not be there because everybody else is playing them? But my champions, the ones that nobody else is playing, they don't exist. The limit does not exist. Oh gosh. Upgrade your invoker, baby. Baby. Let me out! Yes, thank you. Yeah, facts. Unfortunately. But what? I'm getting spanked. We're getting spanked, but I just dropped a 4. No, just went to 3. Dropped a 3. I'm doing okay. Jezebel came and took a nap with me, huh? Yeah, post-morning nap. Ugh, you're so... Ugh, I gotta groom you. Where's your brush? Where's your brother? Where's he been all day? Finally. You know, this game literally is like I've seen so many Cinders and Ashes and like all the stuff that I look for in other matches, and it is round 3-7. I mean, like honestly, I think I might change my playstyle. I was doing big threes, like blue, like heavy blue. Um, but I think my playstyle might be just like pander until I get fished a couple purples and then make a team off them. Because they give them out at the 5%, you know? Like, I'm level 6. Like, I shouldn't be seeing a Syndra right now, but I am. That's all, folks. Dead. I'm dead. Struggling with it. Jesus. Gooder. Yeah, it's that old style of rap from like the Lil Wayne era, right? Like super in-depth, layered lyrics that really make you think, like, and like stuff like that really like kind of made rap in the 90s and 2000s, like Aesop Rocky and stuff, like so many other rappers just coming in with like crazy like lyrical style that just like breaks what you thought like mechanics were for it. Like I really like that you just brought up is when the repetition of write it, write it, write it. I don't like when rappers do the same rhyme and they'll end on the same rhyme with the same word because it's cheap, lazy, and just sounds bad. But when you put it in the middle of the verse and then you play on the word and the pronunciation and you just change it a little bit every time and you're using the same kind of like setup, it's so powerful. It's so hot. And it has to be like smart. It can't be just like it gets people. Oh, show peace, peace. Oh, all right. I think it's time to boot down. Bonus stream was fun. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about it. Yeah. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. All right, peace, peace, everybody. I will be. We said we're gonna postpone Sunday's stream, right? So I will see all of you Monday for more maps and shenanigans. Um, thanks, everyone. We'll see you soon.